Hi guys, welcome back to another video, or your first video here, I don't know. Welcome if you're new here, and welcome either way. Now, this technically is not the end of the month, but I was just getting such a stack of books together that I thought, you know what, I'm just going to film whatever I have now, and then if I have any more books by the end of the month that I want to get rid of, I'll add them in at the end of the video. But essentially, this is my August unhaul. So I know that last month I did have a really big clear out of my comics and got rid of any that I just thought I either just wanted to have read or really weren't my taste. But I had another look through now that it was sort of narrowed down, and I really thought there were actually quite a number of series that I've been collecting for so long because I originally was really interested in them. And over time, I have no more interest left in them. They really don't appeal to me anymore, or I would think they were good or fine, but I really don't think any of these are going to be like my next favourite thing. If I'm wrong and I end up reading them later and thinking, oh my god, why did I get rid of them? That's totally on me. But, like, I've had the opportunity to read these so many times. I've been in the mood for a comic and I just never pick them up. And I'm like, you know what? These aren't doing any good just sitting on my shelves. The ones that I have actually left on my shelves, now that I've whittled them down, I really do want to read, and I want to read them soon. So I'm really happy with the ones I have left. And this part of the unhaul, at least, I don't know whether or not there are going to be any other books that I get rid of later on, but this part of the unhaul is going to be all comics. So if that's not your thing, then I'll see you in the next video. I suppose it's not going to be that interesting either, because I'm not going to be telling you what most of these are about, because I don't know, or at least I don't know, or I've forgotten. Essentially, I did know at one point. So I have volumes 1 through 13 of Pandora Hearts. I read the first volume at one point. I can't remember much of the story. I was interested in picking up more, and I think a lot of these were from like Facebook Marketplace, and I just saw them for, I mean, I say I saw them for cheap, but I picked up so many of them that money would have added up, so that's me being stupid. But anyway, I'm getting rid of volumes 1 to 13 of Pandora Hearts. Next, I have some Marvel comics, and that is 2 from the Guardians of the Galaxy collection. I have Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Avengers, and I have Guardians of the Galaxy The Complete Collection Volume 2. So I've just found about myself that the only, like, this type of comic that I really enjoy reading are from the perspective of Harley Quinn or Deadpool. And so I picked these up because I was like, oh, maybe I'll get into them eventually, but I don't want to. So I'm getting rid of these. Oh, my dog wants water, hang on. Right, next series I have is Tokyo Ghoul volumes 1 to 10. Again, sorry, I'm a bit puffed out from running up and down the stairs. Again, given the fact that I tend to like darker stories, you'd think these would be up my alley, but these have been sitting on my shelves for ages. I've never felt the pull to pick these up. So these are going to a new home where they will be enjoyed much more than they're being enjoyed here. Next, I have the Magi series from volume 1 up to volume 13. Again, these books apparently do get quite dark, but these have been staring me in the face for months and months and months, and I have never once tried to pick them up. I know that I've read volume 1. I think I've read volume 1 before I picked the rest of these up, but yeah, I've never made a move to pick these up. So again, why did I do this? Why do I spend money on books I'm not going to read? But anyway, I did have an intention to read these at some point. I don't anymore, so these are leaving as well. Next, I have the Case Closed series, volume 1 and then volume 8 to 14. For some reason, I do not have 2 to 7. I don't know why. Probably because I just found these in a charity shop. So this, I did really enjoy the first volume. This is about a Detective Conan after Arthur Conan Doyle, who essentially gets transformed into a child, and is still trying to solve these murders and mysteries, but is trapped in the body of a child. And I thought it was fun. I actually prefer the movie series over the comic series, which is why I'm giving them up. And also because I don't have 2 to 7, I haven't picked them up and I've now lost interest in them. So I will be passing these along as well. Next, I have some Zelda comics from the Legend of Zelda universe. And these ones, I know that I read one of these volumes, I can't remember which one, and really enjoyed it. But I'm just never going to reread them. I know that they would be fine. I know that I would like them. But again, are they going to be my new favourite thing? Probably not. So I've got Legend of Zelda, Oracle of Seasons, Majora's Mask, and the Ocarina of Time Part 1. So I'll be passing these on as well. Next, I have Battle Royale Volume 4. And again, you might be thinking, this seems like the sort of darker tone that you might be into. But I think this was more of a case of I wanted to have read this rather than I wanted to actually read it. So all I heard when the Hunger Games came out was that it was just a bad rip-off of this, so I did want to read this series, but the art style isn't really one that I'm that into, and I don't think I like, again, I've had this volume, this is volume 4, I've had this for ages, I've never made any move to collect any of the books before this in the series, so this is leaving. Hopefully the seagulls can shut up long enough for me to cool down. God, this is so warm in here. Anyway, the next one I have is Spice and Wolf. So I have 3 volumes here, volume 1, volume 3 and volume 5. That's probably why I haven't continued in the series, is because I didn't have volume 2 or 4. And I have read this, I did really enjoy this, but in just waiting for no reason with not picking up the 2 in-between books and just not carrying on, I've, one, forgotten everything that happens in here, but also I've lost all interest in actually completing the series, so these are being passed on as well. Next here I have the Promised Neverland volumes 1, 3 and 4. Again, I think similar to a lot of the others. This one does actually seem to be more of the darker undertones or overtones that I am looking for, but I'm not often interested in following like kid characters, also because I never picked up volume 2 and I never continued. I've just had these so long that I've just lost interest in continuing on with these, so these are again leaving my shelves. Next series I have is Seraph of the End. This is volumes 1 through volume 7. This one I think I picked up new at Waterstones and really enjoyed it, so I decided to start collecting the rest of them. But since collecting the rest of them, so much time has passed that, again, I've lost interest in reading these. I remember this being the sort of dark thing that I'm into, but I've just lost, I don't want to. This follows a group of young kids who live in a society where vampires have taken over the society and have captured a bunch of the kids. They are now used as essentially blood bags for the vampires, and it follows 2 kids who decide to follow a very different path to take down the sort of ruling vampires. And also I think that when I picked this up, I thought it was only going to be a few volumes, and then it just got very long and had I can't. So these are leaving. And next I think is the one with the most volumes in it, and I have Blue Exorcist volumes 1 through, oh, that's in the wrong order, but 19. Why do I do this? I spend so much money on these things and I end up just not reading them and not wanting them anymore. So that one is about a boy who is part devil, I think. Anyway, I've just owned it for so long and I could have read it at any point. Like I've said with a bunch of these, I could have read it at any point, and it was on my radar ages ago as something I wanted to read. And I thought, yeah, I'll pick that up. So when I saw them on Facebook Marketplace, I decided to pick them up, not looking back into the series and actually thinking, now, is this something I actually want to read now? So again, I'm getting rid of those. So if I haven't miscalculated, that is 84 comics that I'm getting rid of. But it is still only sort of 2/3 through the month, so I may get rid of more as the month goes on. I don't know. But for now, this is the end of the video, so I will pop in to finish it off later on this month.